Hello world, my name is Sara 7 and I'm entering the songwriters contest, and I'm gonna try to get this video uploaded in time to take on challenge number 1. Every song has a story. So I've picked out one of my more storytelling songs, and I would like to play it first and then explain it, because I feel that if a song tells a story, it should stand on its own and doesn't need somebody standing up and, giving a lecture with symposium to follow. That would put people to sleep anyway. So here goes. Just the kind of girl you are, a Greyhound superstar. You watch America roll by, and something makes you feel alive. You're writing letters to a man, you hope he's there when you arrive. But your friends all said, forget that boy, you know you've got another choice. You should go to Cali. Tracking down some grand romance makes you think you stand a chance. Scandal of the year. Ain't that just the kind of girl you are, a Greyhound superstar? Some say that desire is best when you get what you desire. Okay, that was Greyhound Superstar, and I had the name for the song years before there was a song. It comes from a comment a friend of mine made. She said, "I'm Greyhound Superstar." She was actually a student, and okay, if you were cool and had a car, you could drive home and back and wherever you wanted, but if you weren't cool, you had to take the train, and if you were real low rent, you rode Greyhound. And I thought that was very funny, having ridden my share of Greyhound. It's always an adventure. But I also love the contrast between Superstar and Greyhound. Just a cool way to travel. But how the song came was, well, the music came from just experimenting with some chords, and the fact that you can take a chord shape such as C and then slide it up 2 frets, and then you're a whole step up to D. The guy, Dennis Mo Hoffman of the Mo Blues Band, showed me this. He's a local guy here. He was showing me some of his tricks, and so doing that with the F major 7, sliding it up to some weird G. So it was just basically an exercise that turned into a song. The thing that made it a song for me, what got my attention, was just the shift from that F to that G. It kind of almost affects you physically. To me, it was kind of like a change of scene, and I was just noodling around with that, and with these words came, pack it all into suitcases, ship the books in stereo. That was, and at that point, that made it into an autobiographical song for me, because I did that when I was young and dumb. I literally stuffed everything I could into the 2 suitcases that I could take on the bus, and everything else I stuffed into boxes, took them to my parents with some money and an address, and I said, here, this is where I'll be. And when I get there, I'll call you, and if this isn't enough money, let me know, and I'll pay you for the rest. It sounds like a really brave, kind of thing to do, but actually it wasn't all that easy. I didn't want to go, and I was very conflicted because I had a reason to move, but I also had some really good friends that I left behind. I don't think all of them understand that it wasn't really part of the plan to leave them, because we were all kind of like our defense against the world was each other. We had our own little kind of crazy thing that we had going on there. But I met someone, and he was somewhere else. He was halfway across the country, and it was the scandal of the year, both for him and for me. For me, for a lot of people, it was kind of like, well, he had joined the army, and somebody said to me, yeah, it was the deal with the devil, and someone in my family, I think, said something like, so, you're going to follow that man across the country, are you? So yeah, I had to swallow some pride on that one, and but eventually it did work out. We're still together. But yeah, I put some of my story in that song, but I think that's, it's everybody's story, anyone who's ever picked up and moved. It's not an easy thing to do. And anytime anyone does that, there's this feeling that you can't come home unless you deliver the goods. Doesn't matter what they are. It's a great American novel, your first million, whatever it is you said you were going to do. There's always people kind of waiting for you to be wrong. And the funny thing was, and even the line, you should go to Cali, it was a friend of mine said, well, you're working way too hard at this. You should, go to California. And the funny thing was, that's funny, where I ended up, but not to make it big. Yeah. He joined the army, and they sent him to California, and so that's where I went. And no, I didn't go out there to be a singer, but it did work out. We eventually got married, but it wasn't until I figured some things out, and one of them was that I wanted to do music. And then the army sent us to a bunch of places, and now I'm here in Texas. But that's pretty much it. And I'm rambling. But that's my first song, and hopefully I'll get it uploaded in time, and there'll be 4 more after that. So looking forward to it. Out of here.